So we've got Spoookie over here on the red, and we've got Finally Legal over on the blue. Look at the opening splits for both these teams. We have four members of this blue team going to be crossing. Meanwhile, Kodo bringing out that FGS going to be crossing for himself.
It looks like that Mime trying to get away, but damage coming out from Blaze as well as the Thief here. Able to take him out instantaneously for this blue team. If they manage to hold out.
Bear able to get that decap there. That was pretty good. As you said, they had that 2-cap. Bear able to get that decap just in the nick of time. I didn't think that was going to happen. For red team having 5 members with the blue team on the assault, they definitely have the numbers advantage and need to take advantage of that here.
Red team wins a
yeah, I'm behind you, almost taken completely out. He's forcing the SR. Still has about 20% HP, so he needs to be really, really careful as he only has a couple seconds left to his heal. But Pingu in the meantime taken out. Looks like that Mime also extremely low. Manages the portal out, gets all the way over to the mine point, so he's going to be able to get Schnicky out of there as well as Happy Kid, and they're going to be able to get that full cap over on the mine point.
Lead right here, but yeah, Schnicky getting kind of overexcited. Oh, absolutely bursted down there. Condi's going to tick him in the Vampirins. He is going to be taken out. Does Vaporform trying to get res more than likely? I'm not so sure it's going to happen. There's so much damage coming out from this blue team. We've seen that a couple times already. 100 O's coming out. Oh, but that Time Warp res really going to help them get Schnicky back up. Should be able to hold on to this key point just fine.
Charges Mantra's up, or he's going to be in trouble.
Mime taken down. And Happy Kid.
There.
Oh, Edmonton actually taken down from that downstate damage, I believe, but they took out 2 members of this red team. They are going to get Edmonton back up with that kill onto Mime. Happy Kid taken out. So all of the damage for this red team is essentially off the board, at least the burst damage for them. Pingu's still in a 1v1 against Barely Serious. Barely needs some help here. He does hold on to this point. We are going to see the first 2 cap of the game coming in favor of this blue team, but Pingu coming in for the stop here. We are going to see the Vape. He should be okay for the time being because he's going to get Edison on the point. But the decap comes out regardless.
Go for a Plague Stomp on Barely. I'm not really sure what that was about. That definitely a waste of resources there. But looks like because of the plus from his teammates there, they're actually going to be able to solidify that stomp.
You see that portal come out, and they all portal to that midpoint, trying to take out Syndical, who is taken into the downstate there. I'm not so sure they all needed a portal out there because it was only Syndical not able to support himself against that burst for very long whatsoever. So, you know, red team really seemed to win most of the team fights. And we do have game number 2 underway with Spoookie up 1 over Finally Legal. We do have Finally Legal sending 4 people to their home point. Meanwhile, we have 4 people out of the main gate coming out for Spoookie. We'll have to see.
Looks like Kodo's going to go ahead and get into a defensive position here where he can't be immediately taken out. But it does look like that wasn't good enough because the Vampirins are the only things now that can save him.
That Bear obviously had to get out of there, but they're going to try and spike down. Happy Kid absolutely obliterated there as that burst came out from just a few members of this blue team position right here. Does get taken down below 50% health, has Lightning Flash if he needs it to get out of this fight. We do have him, taken out. He did use Lightning Flash, but it doesn't look like it was a successful Lightning Flash. Double Time Warp coming out for both sides. The res actually comes off in favor of this red team. Members getting some nice reses. They really regrouped, unlike this blue team, in the midst of that fight. And they take out Edmonton and Blaze there once again. So we're going to see a huge wipe coming out from this blue team as Edison, the last member left at this midpoint. We do see red team taking the side nodes, but coming off of a respawn. Actually, a very, very big loop around. We didn't have him out for respawn. Blaze went all the way from the midpoint around towards the gate. Able to get the decap.
First damage gets dropped right on top of him here, and he's already at 20% health. Actually gets taken out. Looks like Kodo going to be trying for the res, but there's so much damage being dropped right here by Edmonton, and I'm behind you, Law. So they take 2 members of this red team out, as well as Mime here, and they're gonna. And this is actually exactly what we saw last week.
I was about to say this is a bad situation for the blue team because Syndical is all on the other side of the side of the map. He is all the way at the quarry right now. He is their support. This Blue Lord about 40% HP. He does get his heal off. Schnicky getting pretty low. Barely Serious and Edmonton trying to keep him alive as Mime was actually killed there. So that was a great defense.
Going to be the 3 cap there from red team, solidifying this game to going over to Spoookie for their first matchup.
Looking like a cutie up against that team that we just saw take out Finally Legal. That would be Spoookie. Have Kodo making his way. You're going to get bursted down about 50% HP. Vampirins popping. He is solo, about 3,100 health. Has nothing left besides some Cleansing Fire. It does going to pop that. Does go down into this mine point. Going to be a 3v2 in favor of this red team or blue team. Blue team still gets the cap, so they're going to be holding on to 2 caps. Start to build a decent amount of points ahead of this red team. Kodo getting pretty low. Is going to be taken out in just a few seconds. There he goes. Red team. I wouldn't be surprised if Pingu just pails out of here. He really doesn't.
This red team looking like they're trying to make some plays happen over on this mine node where they are almost able to drop Vayne here. He's at about 10% HP, trying to get some heals for himself, sticking in that sanctuaries there from Kinsuda, and Kinsuda actually able to get off the shout heal for him as well. So he's back at 100%.
Aerox takes down Mime there. He is going to be taken down, not able to get out of that fight. Going to try and Vaporform on the point. Should be able to get there. Yes, he does. Over here at the Henge, though, we do have blue team looking to take this for themselves as Mime not able to hold off a 1v2 against a Thief and an Elementalist.
And Kodo is pretty low right now. He needs to make sure that he watches himself. However, Kinsuda in a very similar state gets dropped there by the Mesmers here, and they're going to try for the stomp, but they actually get
they get the res. That was a great res. As Romas threw down his Time Warp there, able to make sure they got that one. They have the upper hand in terms of the fight, but the full cap still in favor of this blue team. Aerox on the point just before they...
of this blue team now are in this area, so red team needs to get over here very, very quickly, or Pingu is going to be dropping very shortly. He does have his life force pool a little bit to save him in that dash route there, trying to keep himself alive, but he is the hard target here, and he needs to be careful because once he comes out of life force, or runs out of life force, he's going to be in a lot of heat because he has
the portal.
6k health, but the 500.
Look at the hench point. We got 3 members on top of, it looks like that's Vayne. They throw down that Time Warp. Vayne getting pretty low. Oh, Mime actually destroyed there. That was actually Zeromus who threw down that time. There it is. Game number 1 going in favor of Spoookie. Game number 2 underway as we get the winner of this match. If it does happen to be Spoookie, they will be moving on into the finals. Take a look at the opening splits. It looks like one member of each team going to their home point. We're going to see Mime going to his and Vayne going to his. But again,
4 stacks of burn on him, taken away right now. It looks like they're going to be following that up. Kodo gets saved by the Vamp runes. Pulls off, but Aerox is going to be able to fall, accepting some pressure very, very shortly.
It's looking like Schnicki was the main target here. He has nothing left. Used all cantrips he had available to him in that fight. He does get burning speed off there, trying to stay alive. Oh, he gets his updraft off, gets the heal from his cleansing wave there. Able to stay alive. Really, really strong hold from Schnicki. Schnicki actually came in as well to make it a 3v2. We're going to see a 3 cap come out here from Spoookie.
Killed because of it, but Mime right now is in downstate. Looks like they're not going to be able to get him back up, so he's out. Kodo about to be the next one here, so he's out too. Blue team right now with a 5v3 advantage. They are going.
His Pingu is so low out of this shroud. He has 5,500 health. Has his heal up. Has a couple things at his resource. Great interrupts coming out there from the rest of the team. Trying to stay alive. Gets great support from Schnicki and Mime. Trying to peel for him. A lot of damage coming out from the rest of the blue team as Aerox making his way to that quarry node. Able to get that decap in just a matter of seconds. One take away from a decap at the midpoint as Kodo just in the nick of time gets onto it. That would have been fatal for that red team.
But looks like Happy Kid is going to be pretty low right now, able to get off some healing for his team, but they're going to try to return fire over on Aerox. Aerox actually following up on Happy Kid, got him to 50% HP, and looks like Happy Kid, Happy Kid almost taken out there, saved by the Vamp runes again there, going to go for the portal over to the waterfall.
The bird stacks take him down! Counter push from this blue team. I think the red team's got this in the bag. They're way ahead of them by at least 5 seconds here.
And they have the advantage of the double Mesmer burst there as well, so they're going to be a little bit of a lead here. Kinsuda not really going to be able to be a whole lot of damage for this team, so if it turns out to be a race, red team definitely has the advantage here.
Red Lord
at about 90% HP, and that's going to be the game actually right there.
The Abjured up against Spoookie, an exact rematch of last week at Beach. Meanwhile, Kodo is going to do the same exact thing we've seen him do in the last 3 sets. Going to be piecing off to that mine point, playing 3-point, while the Abjured actually going to be playing 3-point as well.
Happy Kid goes straight down there. Toker completely eliminated them there. Their fights over to a lot of their other members because the Vuln stacking coming from the Mesmers is a lot there, and they just want to keep Nas out of the fight. So I get what Kodo is doing, but I'm not sure if it's still a good allocation of resources because
for this blue team, really going to hurt them. Down over 100 points already, about 3.5 minutes into this game.
Yeah, they're still kind of holding on for the meantime, though. Looks like Happy Kid, if he's able to get away, he might be able to get his heal off. That looks like that is going to be the case.
There, because he was about to lose to Kodo, and we do see Schnicki able to take him out. We do have Chafe actually in the area. So is Toker. Good stealth coming out from there from Chafe. The decap might happen. Decap happens, but they got Nos back up into the fight.
Nos is in the downstate over on Hinge. Looks like Chafe is going to go for the res. Might actually pull it off. And actually, almost able to get it.
That was an excellent. That was a great amount of CC
coming out. He does manage to get him up. Chase now at about 2% HP here, able to get some heals off for himself. Doesn't have too much still in his repertoire there for defensive utility at least, but it looks like with Wakey coming in, they might be able to do something. The kill does come off. Happy Kid was able to connect with Shatter Burst there, able to take out Chase, but Chase still just kind of sitting there, still in a position where he could potentially get res, but in the meantime, Nos actually taken out as well. So blue team finally in a position where they could potentially take 3v2 versus this, or rather 2v3 versus this Abjured team, where actually Che just absolutely obliterating Schnicki with the rest of his team there. Mime going to be able to get off the, they actually managed to mow a Panoram there. Panoram at about 30% HP now. It looks like they still haven't gotten Schnicki up quite yet. A couple members of this blue team try to cycle over, but I'm just not sure if I see it happening. That is not going to be the case. That kill is going to make it game 1 in favor of the Abjured.
Yeah, we do have the second game underway. Looks like Nos going to be sticking with that soldier amulet. No changes coming out from Chaith either. So take a look at the opening splits for both of these teams.
Hold on to your points.
Doesn't look like there's anything unusual right out of the get-go. Sometimes we'll see 5 members of the Abjured coming out at front gate, but we're going to be sending Wakey that home point. No 3-point push. This mantra of recovery off before he got bombarded by Chaith or someone. But Chaith is a main target at this midpoint. Shows Schnicky, who did get mowed there by the F5, went out from Chase. So able to take him down. Now Happy Kid's on top of Nos. Nos really low here. We do see that cap coming out forward. Spoookie over at the core. It's a good pickup. Schnicky still in the downstate. Did manage to get back up here through the portal. Wakey not going to allow that res to happen. Neither is Toker. Over at the midpoint though, Chase seemingly the main target. Does Elixir S, gets Rampage. Mime almost obliterated, gets through the portal just in the nick of time.
Yeah, that would have been really bad, but then Schnicky looks like he's going to be able to do the same. So dropped on him, he's at about 20%. So after this plague is over, Kodo actually dead now. After this plague is over, he's got Death Shroud, and after that, he's eliminated.
Yeah, we do see Wakey actually taken out there by Happy Kid and Mime at the midpoint. Now 5 gauges in the area, has about 50% HP. We do see that res from Nostra Jake's attempted, but nice knockback coming out from the Mesmers. They do get the full kill onto Happy. They might get the full kill, excuse me. I thought he had actually died, but I was mistaken. They were going in for it. Nos going to be able to get it. Will he? So much damage coming out from the blue team. Nice Moa coming out from Chaith, but it didn't seem to be enough. Nostra Jake's not able to get that res. Forced out of that situation. But
Toker able to get it himself because he's also traded with that SA tree. So Wakey is back up into the fight. Nos is about to be dropped here, so that is one of their primary resers. It looks like the SR did come out, so Nos is going to be okay for the time being. Phantom coming in for the res. They might actually manage to get this one here, and it looks like that is... Oh, the updraft actually comes out. Phantom going to go for it once again, actually does get the full res off, but both teams already have people who are pretty low here. Kodo at about 10%, 20% maybe. Looks like he's going to be actually taken out by Toker just as the burning speed ends, and the stomp is going to come out. Kodo is eliminated from the fight, so Abjured taking this fight for the most part, as we see a lot of people.
It is going to be game over. The Abjured taking game number 2, crowned your weekly number 39 victory.